Welcome to the San Diego 40K podcast brought to you by Table War. I'm Danny. And with me is Brian, George, and Justin. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it
Hello.
going?
What's up?
So, what's on the agenda, Mr. Justin?
All right, so the agenda for today is there's a new league at Game Empire that's going to be starting up next week on the 1st of August.
6th edition.
Sixth edition league. So
Guys, more flair.
More flair. There's going to be a lot of rules questions and a lot more arguments. So
That's the best part of any Warhammer game.
I know. So brand new game.
Move, shoot, argument, assault, argument.
So instead of
Roll
a 3-hour league night, it's probably going to be like a 6-hour league night.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next agenda item was just 6th edition highlights, just more things that we've been learning as we've been playing games. There's going to be an APOC game.
Let me
Fourth
tell you,
War
these guys have the craziest bullshit for Apocalypse.
Yes.
These other guys, they play Apocalypse all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Every other month.
Every other month. So it's scheduled for tomorrow on the 28th of July. It's going to be the 4th War of Armageddon, and everybody's invited, even the Tyranids.
What?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
Exactly.
The
Tyranids were there.
They were there. Yeah. So were the Tau for sure,
Yeah, they
Well,
just...
no, the Space Marines brought the Tau.
and the Eldar. They
Yeah, that's true.
They were watching.
They're what? Yeah,
Everybody was watching.
because they're just into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Craftfold came there. We got popcorn.
Oh, yeah?
It's good to
They
go.
set up the big white,
The
30-foot projector screen, and they just watched the monkeys fight each other.
Yeah. IG and the orcs were already there, and they're just like, hey, swing by. And, okay, so next thing that we're going to be talking about is we are actually, all four of us are actually part of a Death Watch game now. We actually just started this week. One of our friends, Joe, at the local game store, has been, he's GMing that. And there's a bunch of us that are also in it from a couple of our other friends are in that game too. So we'll be talking about that, and then kind of like our likes, hopes, and dreams for our characters.
What kind of bedtime story is this? What the hell?
And we're going to have milk and cookies, and we're going to talk about our feelings.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the Emperor and just rejoice. Hug him.
And then we'll have announcements at the end.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So the new league, 6th edition.
It's 1,666 points.
Yeah.
And,
Dumbass.
yeah.
Supposed to honor
We
the
didn't
6th
think
edition.
of that.
Yeah, it's a weird point level, but it's not really too much different than any other point levels. It's just not as common.
Yeah, do you guys think you're going to be able to fit any allies in there?
No,
Not for the first game.
I haven't put any allies even in a 2,000 point game. I don't.
I'm thinking about some Eldar allies. I kind of want those runes of warding and being able to twin link Tau stuff, and more importantly, being able to tell those Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators they got to reroll their armor saves. That's what I'm going for.
You could do that with Space Marines.
Yeah, but I don't want to have Space Marines in my army.
I think the whole world wants Eldar allies. They like a million people have found that magical Farseer just hiding in their corner somewhere, and everybody's like,
Yep.
bring your runes.
It seems like everybody's got a pocket Farseer with 5 sniper guys these days.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Stupid chaos.
Yeah.
No friends at all.
You got demons.
You can be friends with your demons.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, the real demons, not
Yeah,
the
seriously.
not the cheap shitty ones.
Flying
They're shit
demons.
demons.
Yeah, for 2 points
Jesus.
less than your Chaos Space Marine with no good abilities.
Yeah, whatever.
Demons.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah, so the person that's actually running this new league, because since our main coordinator, Shane, big ups to Shane, since he left up to Thousand Oaks, we've been rotating our league coordinators the last couple months. We had Warboss Russ, one of the decent, really good orc players from the store. Doug, the other very good orc player that we have at the store, was running it.
We
Dave
even
Fay.
had Dave 1-1, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Fay, the Dave Fay, was running a couple of leagues. And we also have the new guy that's actually going to be running this league is Josh Hayward, and he's another orc player. So if you didn't kind of notice, we have a lot of orc players running our leagues.
A lot of orc players in the area.
All orc players in the area there. And
Yeah, we have just as many orc players as we do Space Marine players, actually.
yeah, Shane, who was actually
Surprising.
Shane too. He was a major orc player too. He was like the WoW orc player.
I guess they just have enough fun built into them that they want to spread it out and share it with everybody, making the wacky missions and stuff.
Yeah, your imagination goes off, which makes it a lot of fun. I think the only guy that was actually not an orc player was Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The nice thing about these missions is since they're already so random and stupid, we've down here in San Diego we've been a little bit insulated to some of the randomness of 6th edition because we've already had to deal with stupid shit like moving objectives and stuff like that.
yeah, if
Thanks
you
to
ever
our
come
league
down to Game
coordinators.
Empire
Yeah,
and you
we've
play
had
in
to deal
our
with that for like 8 years already.
First mission. of
first
the league.
mission of the league, if you ever come to Game Empire, it's usually some sort of capture the grot mission. If you don't know what that means, come down to
There's-
Game Empire and we'll show you.
There's 5 little guys, and you got to hunt these suckers down, and they'll shank you when you catch them. Man, they are not your friends.
Yeah, you don't want to put them in vehicles because they'll
They'll drop melta bombs and leave.
Tank bust a bomb.
tank bust a
Tank
bomb.
bust the
my
bombs, yeah.
bad.
Yeah, they'll hammer the back before they leave. And
Yeah.
they'll also poke you with a couple power weapons too before
Oh, yeah.
you jump out of the squad.
Yeah, and these are grots.
These are grots.
These are grots.
Yeah, we're talking weapon skill 2, ballistic
Yes.
2, strength 2. I mean, we just
Initiative
gave 'em-
10.
Yeah, we made them I-10 because they got a swing in
Which,
combat.
you know
Yeah.
what? They got a big boost with the 6th edition rules because now you're weapon skill 1, so they hit you on 3s with the fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you ever look at, I think it's one of our older podcasts, I have a picture up of my Marnius Calgar model surrounded by a couple grots that look like Smurfs. So those are kind of the grots that we use.
Those
just
are some of the
'cause-
grots.
Yeah, Papa Smurf.
Yeah, because that's how the mission is. It's crazy.
And so we've dealt with stuff like that for 6th edition. So now
5th edition.
5th edition. Now with 6th edition league coming in, all bets are off. We're just going to be piling crazy on top of crazy. Or maybe we'll start going a little saner. Who knows?
Yeah, well, all the missions are pretty much super random like how we used to have them anyway, so...
How many missions are actually in the...
6.
There's 6 different missions in the
So,
rulebook.
Did
6
Josh
or
say,
6?
though, he's going to run every single mission?
He wants
We
to
might-
run all of them except for the relic.
We might skip Relic because Relic
It's
is...
capture the grots.
Yeah, but the Relic doesn't run away from you to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Whoever goes first wins.
And if you have an Imperial Guard army, good luck winning that game.
Same if you got a Tau army.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I haven't played that
just
one
to put it out there, just for the league.
I
I
actually
mean, if
think
you're going
that-
to play all missions, you might as well play all the missions.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
I agree.
Because you don't know when you're ever going to run into that situation. You'll need the practice anyways, and that's
Yeah.
what the league is for. Really, it's just it's kind of like a free for all. Test builds, be wacky if you want to, or just experiment with things that you might think works on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
agree.
so I mean,
Not thinking about it now, the relic actually helps out Tyranids a lot. It's a really good mission for the Tyranids. If you have your Yugoslavians,
if they were a little faster.
a little
if, you,
faster,
if you're packing
Yugoslavians.
gargoyles.
your
Yeah.
Margos Gene Sealers, you could
Oh.
throw them in that middle terrain piece and you just be like,
Okay, that's pretty cool.
there you go. You stopped your opponent's advance.
All right, so are you guys making any changes to your 5th edition lists for the 6th edition league? I know
Yeah.
I'm making a couple changes.
I've made in transition to having a 6th edition army from 5th. All my sergeants now have power weapons. Most of my Terminators are now shooty. I've added DACA Predators for the shooty. I'm more of a firefight type army. I went to having 1 unit of assault Terminators, which is Belial Squad, because they have the banner and the apothecary.
so you only have 1 unit of Terminators at all.
No, I have 3.
Oh, you got 3.
But
He's got some shooty guys.
yeah, 2 of them are shooty. Instead of all 3 of them used to be Thunderhammer Storm Shield, only 1 of them is.
Oh, okay,
So they come down and they could shoot now.
nice.
And I retract my previous statements about rhinos. I'm actually using rhinos.
So why are you using rhinos? What changed your mind about the rhinos?
Because you could combat squad a tactical marine unit inside. So you could have 2 units of 5 in the same rhino. So the way I was using him is I would move up 12, the 6 flat out. And next turn, I would drop off half of them, have them run back towards an objective, and then the 5 in there with the power weapon and the melta gun would move 6 inches up and stop my enemies from going through my rhino, and I'd be melta gun any vehicles I can come close to it. Plus, my rhino has 2 storm bolters in it, and the other combat squad is carrying a missile launcher. So if I wanted to, I could move 6, shoot the missile launcher, snap fire at something, shoot the plasma gun in the squad or the melta gun at something else, and then the storm bolters on the rhinos will shoot at a third target. So it becomes
Okay.
a movable shooty bunker, and I do that twice, so I have 2 rhinos doing that.
I still think you overestimate their survivability, but how many Tactipreds do you have in there?
2.
Okay, at least you make your opponent think about what they shoot at.
So I have 2 rhinos that have that loadout, 3 units of Terminators, and 2 land speeders.
How many hull points does a rhino have?
3.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, so they're actually surprisingly survivable.
I'd say for early game they're pretty
Yeah.
survivable, but
Plus the 25% cover, so most of the time you get 1 or 2 shots coming in, you'll save one of them. So you'll lose a whole point unless you're
Well, I mean, your cover saves only 5 up now.
That's fine. Off of 2 or 3 dice, you're going to save at least once.
You hope.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Denny didn't blow up any of my rhinos in our game last time we played, and that was like at least 8 missiles
Yeah,
that turned into them.
vehicles are actually a lot more, like, survivable.
As a
think.
Tau player, I respectfully disagree.
Well, I don't know. how many players have you played against that actually use a bunch of vehicles?
2, and I've destroyed all of them.
How many vehicles do they have?
7 and 4.
It also depends on what kind of vehicles there are, too. There's so many different factors, too,
That's
because
true.
it depends on what they're throwing at you, how you're dealing with it, and
Right.
the mission. So my thing is, with the objectives and the way that you could combat squad tactical marines that way, so now you have a movable rhino that can move up, and if there's 2 different objectives, since there's 2 combat squads, you could get them both out and run them separate ways. So
Yeah, but that's just compensation for the fact that you can't claim 2 with 1 squad anymore.
That's true, but I mean, if 2 objectives are 18 inches away from each other, you couldn't do that anyway.
All right. How about you, Brian? What changes you making for your list for 6th edition?
Actually, not much except for the defense line. That's about it.
All right.
More shots.
Were you talking about Vindicators earlier?
Yeah, because of the stupid biker nows, which we found out in our APOC game are super dumb.
Yeah, the toughness 5 thing.
Tough 5 with 2 wounds, feel no pain, is kind of hard to get rid of.
Is the Strength 10, you think it's going to be really necessary now?
Not necessary, but it's nice to have.
I think it's going to be necessary for almost any army that could take it.
I mean,
You have to have it.
It's more
'Cause
of
you
a
don't-
deterrent for me.
You don't
anyway.
know what your opponent's going to bring, and if they bring something that's toughness 5, you're fucked.
No, you shoot at it. Rule of
Okay.
thumb, man. There's something big and scary, you shoot it a lot.
Yeah, if you're running it up against anything like Thunderwolf Cavalry, that's going to be really good.
You
And
should
anybody
have
with
a
Knob Bikers, now that they have toughness 5.
what's the strength on the guns on a bike for a knob?
They're strength 5.
Strength 5.
They're big
They're,
shooters.
Yeah, twin link big shooters.
Twin link to
They're
big shooters.
Doc
Yeah.
guns.
Whatever.
Half
Big
the
shooters.
range, twice the DACA. Not really, just sounds
And
cooler.
twin link. They're a lot cooler.
Yeah, Thunderwolf Cav. What am I talking about? You tank shock those guys.
Yeah, but
Thunderwolf
they could
Cav, I
always
think
rally.
Thunderwolf Cav got a lot more manageable.
Well, because you can't escort them off anymore, so tank shocking them for 1 turn is going to slow them down
That's
for
just
half a
fine
turn.
for me. Once all he needs is 1 turn.
They just come back. They could always rally.
Well,
That
tank
first-
shock them. First turn, they run away. Shoot them again. They fail their leadership. They run away again.
Auto fail.
Auto fail.
Off the
That's if
board.
you kill enough models, too.
How
Which
many
is-
models-
it's possible.
How many models are in a
It's
normal Thunderwolf Cav unit?
Usually it's anywhere between 4 and 6.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't need to
about
kill
the
that many of
average.
that.
Yeah.
So 1 or 2 models, yeah, that's
Drop the
It's very
drop
possible.
the template on them.
tank shock them and then shoot a couple ass cannons in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
That'll work.
It's doable.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
It's not as like Brian was saying. It's doable. It's not like a knob biker squad who is kind of
They're just hard to
That- they're
just hard to get rid of.
they're just like really beefy.
Yeah. What's really hard about the Knob Bikers is they're all characters. That's what they
Mhm.
all have lookout sirs.
Yeah, if
2 up lookout.
without
so-
that, no, they have
4
4
up.
ups.
Oh, it's
It's
4
the
ups?
4 up, yeah. They're
Yeah,
not,
Independent-
they're not
independent
IC.
characters.
You only get the 2 up if you're an independent character.
Oh, because he has the war boss out in front usually.
Yeah, he gets the
Usually,
2 up.
yeah.
Everybody else is gonna get that 4 up.
Yes.
Who takes the wounds?
Power weapons on sergeants are going to be better than power fists for purposes of the challenges. 'Cause most people in 5th edition would bring fists on their sergeants. So if you have a power weapon, you challenge, they're either going to more than likely die to your power weapon, or their fist is not going to get attacked in that combat at all.
So power plus a melta bomb
I-
then.
I think power weapon multi bomb is going to be a better loadout than
That's-
just a fist.
That's pretty expensive, though. Points
Power
wise.
weapon? No, it's not.
It's less points than
cheaper.
a power fist.
Okay.
Power fist on a
Power
sergeant
fist
is 25
is
points.
25. Power
For a Space
weapon-
Marine sergeant.
Yeah.
Just
Power
five.
weapon melta bomb is only 20.
Yeah. So you're saving
Okay.
5 points.
So you give your rhino dozer blades.
And the argument for people like, "Well, about the power fist for monstrous creatures?" Well, you still get your
You get your melta bomb.
you get your
Melta bomb.
grenades
And you
on
get
them
your
too.
grenades, too, yeah.
Yeah. So
Against a monstrous creature, do you hit on 6s or do you get weapon skill?
Weapon
Weapon
skill.
skill, same as everything else.
So you're going to be hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s because you're strength 6, toughness 6.
Or the
With the
melta bomb.
grenades.
Yep.
Can
Yeah,
you
with
use
the-
a melta bomb
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
monstrous creature?
Strength 8,
You
right?
can use any grenade on it. Yeah, it's strength 8
Strength 8
AP1,
AP.
so it's exactly like a fist.
Just get the
Bam.
one attack only.
You get 1 attack. Yeah, but it's for 5 points less, and it has better uses against everything
Unless
else.
that monstrous creature happens to be the Swarmlord who just challenged you, and now you're crying.
Yeah, then you do whatever you can to shoot the fucker.
How about you, Justin? Have you put any thought into how you're going to change your army for 6th?
Not really. I mean, right now,
Or guns.
life has been pretty busy for me. So just school
Bring
and
some
work.
flyers.
I'm going to test out a couple stuff for my list. Thinking like for next week, if I can actually make a game next week, I probably won't join the league, but I'll come in as a ringer to kind of just like help balance it out, or just maybe try to see if there's any free games to play, and then kind of just test out some of the stuff with a couple of my old armies, because I know that my scout army is probably inviolable now, just because since we can't charge first turn
Turn one.
charges from infiltrating or outflanking or anything like that, so my scout army I think is very inviolable. So I'll probably have to change that army up a little bit. Probably add a lot more assault marines, since it is a Raven Guard army, themed army. So assault marines would probably be a better choice.
Yeah.
My Ultramarines army is it's your typical well-rounded, take on all comers. So it's a lot of attack squads, a little bit of stuff from here and there. So I'll test that one out probably next week. And then I'm still in the process of building my Necrons, because I stripped all the paint and everything's off bases and no bases. So
But didn't you go second with your scout army most of the time anyway?
yeah, I went second most. Well,
If you had a choice, you'd go second every time.
yeah, most likely.
You would still be able to assault your first turn.
No.
Yes, because the rules say the first player turn. During the first player turn, you can't assault if you infiltrate. So if you infiltrate second and they move towards you, you can still charge them.
Well, if it depends on if the book says the first player turn or your first player turn.
It says
Read the book.
that's
Well,
fine.
right in front
I'll
of you.
find it.
I'll find it. So
Continue.
We'll continue.
While Danny's looking that up, yeah, I made a couple changes to my tile list, but right now they're pretty superficial. I have more fire
railguns.
warriors, mostly to test them out. I need to see if they're going to be good.
The strength 5 little 30 range shot.
It's the buff to rapid fire. Basically, most of the changes revolve around testing out the buff to rapid fire. I've changed my broadsides to having them run the twin-linked plasma rifles and to giving them multi-trackers now. So because you can snap fire the railgun anyway, I feel like it's just
But they can't split fire anymore, can they?
no. That's why I run two two-man teams, or two two-man teams and one one-man team now as my new
Gotcha.
loadout. Yeah, my basic plan is to have them with the plasma guns to help against the influx of Terminators I expect, because it basically triples the firepower that they had against Terminators from previous ways you build it. And since you can only snap fire at flyers anyway, moving and firing at them with the railguns is what I expect to be doing pretty often, so I feel like that should be pretty helpful as well.
Now, you had an interesting experience with a flyer on Wednesday. A little
Uh,
flying
with
monstrous
the
creature.
Oh, yeah, I was playing a flying monstrous creature. The other change I've been making to my lists is with the added, I guess, acceptance of Forge World models in most games, I've been using Tetras instead of Pathfinders, because Tetras are cheaper and they're better at that job. So I was playing against a demon list, and surprise, they had the Fate Weaver. And that guy drops in turn 1, and he's in fly mode. And you know, anybody who's read 6th edition knows how obnoxiously hard it is to kill something that's flying. But flying monsters, when you roll to hit them, they have to take that test. If they roll a 1 or a 2 after you hit them, they crash onto the ground and take a big hit. Well, I did manage to ground the Fate Weaver the first time I shot at him by hitting him with marker lights, which hit, but that's the end of the story. But that's all that's required for them to roll that test.
Yep.
So Fate Weaver then proceeded to crash into the ground after I shone a light into his eye. Then I shot him to death that
You
turn.
got blinded. I'm
That's
flying.
so
Oh
dumb.
shit! Lights.
Someone's going to try to argue that in a tournament. You can't do that.
Yeah, like we'll just turn to the page where it says if you get hit by a
Clearly,
weapon.
it simply says being hit. It's
Yeah.
I saw that too.
like in 4th edition, with Cities of Death where you could give guns rending,
Yep.
and that was on to hit, and so I tried to argue that I could have rending marker lights.
It's legal,
That was way back in 4th edition. I believe our league coordinator told me that was stupid.
but it was legal.
Yes.
But it was still stupid.
Yeah.
So I found the rule about infiltrate. It says a unit that deploys using these rules cannot charge in the first turn. So
the first turn, I believe, means first game turn.
no, a turn is the first player turn as long as it doesn't specifically say game turn.
Where does it say that?
Right there.
So
Well, no, I know-
says the first turn, right? So
Yeah.
player turn. So yours would be your player
Does
turn.
it say player turn or
It says
does-
turn.
it
So
does
that
not
means
say turn.
that usually means player turn.
What GW always says, if it doesn't say game turn, it always means the first player turn.
No, it just says it means player turn, not first player turn.
I
So
guess
it
you
means
can
player
argue
turn.
it either way.
Oh.
I could see it either way.
Damn.
That's an interesting way to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess it makes sense because at least the person would have had a chance to move their stuff out of the way.
Yeah. It makes sense both ways. Now that
Well, you can
point
say
out.
that about so many ambiguously
Yeah.
worded things in 6th edition.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
yeah, that's another.
That
one.
works.
We'll see. We'll need a
Marker
ruling
lights
on that.
shooting down flyers and keeping your first turn charges.
Yeah,
6th
so-
edition, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so most likely for my scout army, I'm probably going to be taking out my close combat scouts and probably just sticking in, keeping Teleon and his sniper scout squad.
Yeah, Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah, Sean Connery, that guy. Probably keep him as one of my troop choices. I'll probably still have like a 5-man drive-by squad and a Landspeeder Storm. That seems pretty cool.
You know, interesting fact for anybody who doesn't know, Justin knows. Every game that we played against each other, Sean Connery always lived.
Yes.
He's always lived against me, no matter what I threw at him. He
Dude.
fought off a Corn Berserker squad by himself.
In close combat.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
What a badass.
Badass.
it was pretty badass. I have no idea how he does it, but
He's Sean
Sean
Connery.
Connery. You can't kill Sean
You
Connery.
can't
I have
Yeah.
never killed that squad. I've killed everything else except for that squad. You've won games because of it. It's retarded.
Sean Connery.
I'll take famous titties for 5,000.
Suck it, Trebek.
Suck it.
Not a fan of the ladies. Okay, I'm sorry. Was that Mad TV, right?
No, SNL.
That was Saturday
Okay.
Night Live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One of my favorite one of my favorite recurring skits
Sean
is
Connery.
the Sean Connery on Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
The best thing ever. Anyways,
So what kind of changes are you guys making just for flyers? Anything at all?
I've got a couple more twin-linked weapons, and I did start bringing in Eldar Farseer so I can take the Primaris. Which one is it? Not the telepathy, the precognition Primaris power
Mm-hmm.
to make some of my units more twin-linked. But I haven't gone out of my way to buy any defense lines or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of relying on twin-linked to pull me through that one.
I think we're all kind of sitting in the same boat about it. Because I was going to, like, when I first read this rule set, I was like, everybody has to buy a defense line. But I'm thinking most people, like, now I'm thinking, is we're going to see what the first 6th edition codexes look like first. To see what kind of defenses we get.
Well, I've already got one,
and
so I had one.
then
Yeah.
after that, we'd be like, okay, now I might need a defense line.
Yeah, I think for the time being, like I know from especially from my Space Marine army, probably I already have a defense line when those
Planet Strike.
when
Yeah,
Planet
Planet
Strike
Strike.
first came out. I bought like a Bastion and I bought a defense line just to kind of have as terrain and stuff like that too. So I'll probably have to be scrummaging around my garage trying to look for those pieces. Those will probably be for my Space Marines. I might add in the Storm Talon, I think.
Yeah, Storm Challenge.
Maybe as like another thing because I want to get
That
the
thing
model.
is so fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to get the model, and since it does count as a flyer, it'll help give me add a little bit more defense.
Yeah.
The other thing too for my Necrons is I have Doom Sights, I have Night Sights, so I'm not too worried about that with the flyer rules because
It's other people that are scared of you
Yes.
when you're Necrons or Imperial Guard with the flyers.
yeah,
I think most people are going to be waiting for that rulebook FAQ where missiles get the flak missiles. I think a lot of people are waiting
There's
for
a
that.
lot of rulebook FAQs
yeah, that
people are
one.
waiting
I mean,
for.
that one is still
That one's still
that one
huge.
can be read either way, as they have it or they don't have it because
Yeah, because it says you have to upgrade to it, but in the
But at the same
in
time,
the
it's
back
like-
of the book it says you already get it.
so. I think up until they either fact it or GW clarifies it or something, or
Yeah, if GW just says every missile has flak fire now, then nobody is going to buy the defense lines. But I don't know. That's
Yeah.
bad on GW's business part.
No, you still build
Well-
the defense line
Well,
for
no,
the
but
two
what I-
hours.
what I
that's the reason why they
expect to
left it
happen-
kind of vague.
Yeah.
So people are buying it regardless, just in case. And then,
Well, they'd make more money if they just said,
Yeah.
no, you don't get it.
Well, what they're doing right
Well-
now is going to make them a lot of money, where they're going to release a few flyers over the next month for armies that don't have them,
yeah,
and basically say, you better buy these, or those other flyer armies are just going to ruin you.
yeah.
What is that? Is it called the Void Dragon? for
Yeah, the
Chaos?
new Chaos one's probably
Void
going to be
Dragon.
some big dragon thing. And then rumors say
Mechanical
there's
dragon.
going to be like a Tyranid or a Tau one, or...
Tyrannids
town
already
ones
have
are
flying monstrous
They
creatures.
have one, but
Right,
they might
yeah,
get one
but-
anyway.
The Harpy.
They might get another... Well, any winged monster in the Tyranid book is a flying monster.
Even the Hive Tyrant?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
Yep. The
Really?
winged Hive Tyrant
That's
is
new to me.
actually pretty
Let's
scary.
look it
How many Hive Tyrants can you have? Just the two?
Just two. But
Yeah.
the problem is with the Tyranids, the Tyranid Prime got so much better because you can look out, sir, your rules around that he's a lot better. You know, so it's a real choice there, but I think the Prime is going to be the winner there.
Well, you could always have one of each.
Must be in the FAQ.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
FAQ
yeah,
for the
FAQ for
Tyranids,
Tyranids.
it changes the wording for the wings to say a Hive Tyrant that buys these wings counts as a flying monstrous creature.
That's rad.
They need that too. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good thing to help them out because they needed something like that really badly.
Yeah, Tyranids are not as bad as people would think.
Yes, they are. They just have a few new tricks now, and they lost
got a
some
lot of
old
new tricks.
Life is still not all roses and sunshine for the
Yeah.
Nids, but it's
it's a little bit
slightly less foggy.
Meh. I still want to play Tyranids.
I'm gonna buy a Hive Tyrant now.
You want to buy mine?
Just
What? What?
no, because he has to buy the whole army too.
Yeah, I don't want 70 Gene Stealers.
72.
Oh, there's no 72.
Two
I'm
extra
sorry,
useless
I didn't mean
Gene
to insult those two Gene Stealers.
Don't hurt their feelings. They have brood telepathy. They can actually think for themselves,
So they have feelings.
so they can feel sad.
What I think is really cool is the Hive Tyrants having Biomancy.
Oh yeah, the
That
Tyranids.
is awesome.
Biomancy is where it's at for Tyranids.
Yep. Iron
Which
Arm.
one is it? Hammer Arm,
Iron
Iron
Arm.
Arm,
Iron Arm.
D3 Strength and Toughness, and the Eternal Warrior Special.
That is a money
F
power.
your
for all
face.
Tyranids.
What's the other one that he was using on Wednesday? Warp Speed, I think, was the other one. He had Warp Speed,
D3
Iron Hand, and
Initiative?
something else.
There was another one, yeah. The other one I think he had was the one that gave him Feel No Pain to a squad or to
Yeah, I've
a
seen-
unit or,
which one was that?
or model. I forget which one it was.
Endurance.
Endurance. He had
Yeah.
Endurance.
It will not die, feel no pain, and relentless.
Yeah, the
Holy
will
super
it will
dope.
not die was freaking. Oh my god. That
I
was just-
think you had that one on Doom and Malantai.
yeah, it was
I think
just
I'm
like
gonna buy Tyranids.
it was dumb.
So yeah,
I'm
Doom and
gonna
Malantai.
buy the
will not
Zerg.
die.
The Zerg.
Too bad you can't ally with anybody. You just have to buy the entire.
Actually, you know what's
army.
kind of funny though? If you buy the Zerg, your Hive Tyrant can be the Zerg model from Toy Story. Dude, so cool.
Emperor Zerg. He's even got
Oh,
wings.
wow.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that'd be rad. Done. Army idea stolen.
Yeah, I think the only balancing factor is you actually have to roll for that one, and I don't even think the Iron Arm. That's
Yeah.
not the.
Primaris. No, it's not
No.
Primaris.
It's the number one power.
Okay.
Primaris is effectively Tyranid Leech Essence, I believe.
Okay.
No, it's Smite.
It's Smite.
Oh, what
Yeah.
is it?
It's retarded. It's the old Smite from the Space Marine Codex.
12 range, strength 4,
Strength
AP2.
2, Assault 4.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
Smite.
You don't want that crap.
It's not a terrible power.
Yeah, but
What?
Not great.
It's terrible for Tyranids. Why would you shoot something? You
Well,
want
because-
you want to eat it.
You can't run. Well, there's no reason not to if you're going to charge it too.
yeah, because Fearless
Yeah, then
is
you
no longer
get
a
yourself out of
disadvantage
charge
anymore.
range,
Who
killing the
knows?
first two models in the front.
Meh.
Then your
Eh.
7-inch charge becomes a 9 or 10-inch charge.
You got fleet, no problem.
You know, re-roll it, so you can roll 4 twice.
Nah, so you can roll 2 twice.
Yeah, that too. And then if you're going through difficult terrain, you 3d6 pick the 2 lowest, so you can roll Snake Eyes twice.
No, you're Tyranids. You ignore that shit.
No, you don't. Move to cover does not ignore it.
Oh, you're right. You roll an extra dice.
Yeah, that's
It doesn't? Not even for the charging?
It says it has no effects on dangerous terrain rolls. which sucks.
Well,
Dangerous terrain.
Dangerous terrain is
Or
different.
no, difficult terrain. It has no effect on difficult terrain rolls, and you never roll for dangers.
So move through cover doesn't help you in the movement phase either.
It gets you an extra
Doesn't
D6.
actually help you move through cover.
It doesn't help you move through cover for assaulting. Only for moving. Which is
They
dumb.
need to really work on their rules.
That's
writing.
really stupid.
The Tyranids need help.
So you could swim through cover in the movement phase, but then when you assault, you trip.
Trip, fall, and hit. Oh god!
You're like, I got this. The lictor's like, oh fuck, a vine.
Shit.
I didn't see that on
Damn
the
it.
way in.
I was hiding next to this vine the whole time, but I couldn't get around it.
It's so big.
That's what
What'd
she
she
said.
say?
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody. All four of us were thinking
I
it.
set that up. I was waiting. I was just like, come on.
I was waiting for George to say it. Yeah,
I'm off my game. I haven't had a good "that's what she said" joke in like 3 months. It's been way too long.
Oh man. Yeah, but there's a couple of powers for the biomancy that Tyranids already get, like Life Leech.
Oh,
Is another
another
one.
big change
What's up?
What?
is Lash. Because we thought about this in my game against a demon
Lash of
player.
submission, right?
Lash of submission. If someone charges you, your Psyker, if he can hit with that, pushes them away. So
With
now they
his
can't charge you.
Snapfire?
Yeah, it's a shooting attack.
Wow.
You can't snap fire with psychic powers.
Why not?
It's a shooting attack.
Shooting attack, sir.
You have to roll to hit. That's a shooting attack.
Lash is done in your shooting phase.
No, Lash
It's
is
a shooting attack.
It's
I
classified
overwatched that.
as a Witchfire.
And you can Overwatch with a
You
Witch
can
Fire.
Overwatch with Witchfire.
So you still have to do the psychic test.
So you have to
cares?
roll a psychic test, and you got to hit on a 6.
And they can get rid of it with whatever.
They can deny the witch it, but you can.
You could potentially lash someone away from you while they're charging you, and still shoot with all the rest of your guns.
Huh.
So much fun.
That's super funny.
Wow, that's
Big fan.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy that for the 3 weeks
that's like
you can.
that's
I
like
know.
that's a perfect storm right there. Everything has to go right in order for that to go off.
But when it does happen, it's
When
gonna
it
be hilarious.
does.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. If that works out that way, it's awesome.
It'll never happen because there's no way you'll roll that.
You
many
need a lot of
sixes.
6s.
Oh, you just need 1 6
Yeah.
on the one that matters.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure they don't roll one either.
Or you cast that power on yourself that lets you shoot at ballistic skill.
We don't get that one.
Oh, you don't get that's
That's divination.
Divination. We don't get divination. We have telekinesis and pyromancy and something else.
So you can throw rocks at people.
Yep. Mind bullets.
Divination's also a good lore.
Divination's
the best
awesome.
the best lore I
Divination and telepathy are probably the two
would
best.
think telepathy is the best one. Because when you get hallucination and you make somebody look at you weird, I mean that's the best thing.
Yeah, except for you couldn't do that in our game, you
I
dirty,
know.
rotten cheater. It's a warp charge 2. Master level 1
We
Psyker
were
can't do it.
hammering out some of the new rules, and I
Cheated badly.
well,
Son of a...
hopefully Ezekiel will be psychic mastery level 3. He's a grandmaster of librarians.
Yeah.
Still a Dark Angel, he's still a chump.
I don't want to start a big discussion on the Chaos rumors, but apparently Armin's going to be at Mastery level 4.
He's
and you
3
can
right
have-
now.
He should be. He's carrying around the damn
And you
book.
can have you can upgrade your Chaos Sorcerers to Mastery level, I believe, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
you can buy mastery level.
A
Lots-
1,000
I had a
Suns
question
army.
for you, Danny.
Holy crap.
So I remember you saying that you may take Sicarius as part of your army list
Uh-huh.
as an ally, or
As an ally
okay.
from our Dark Angels.
So they actually have it fact that for his his whole little rites of battle for his leadership,
Uh-huh.
it's all friendly Codex Space Marine units.
That's fine.
so
My whole army is either fearless, and both of my special characters have rights of battle. Every character in my army has rights of battle except for the librarian and chaplain.
why would you take him though? That's my question.
Number one is because he looks like a Roman. I just like the way he looks.
okay.
So
I
just
like
take
his
his model.
blade.
So-
I like his model, and because he could buff one tactical squad is another reason why. Giving them outflank, infiltrate, or tank hunters.
Now, how many points is Belial?
130.
How many points is Sicarius? Like 200 something?
200.
Okay.
And for the buffs, it gives you like seize initiative or having your opponent re-roll his. That's actually really big. So when they get a
I don't
six,
think he doesn't cause the person to reroll. You just get an
You get
additional
higher.
reroll to
Oh.
steal.
he allows your opponent to reroll the 6-2. Look at your codex. It's in the rules.
I think you're wrong, Danny.
Danny's always wrong. He just likes to cheat a lot.
I'm not always wrong, Shane. And he's probably listening to you like, fucking Danny got another damn thing wrong.
Yeah, well, my codex is not around me, so I'll probably look for it at the break.
It's underneath the chair. But anyway,
Anyways, so
He's like page 56 or
if you
something.
haven't noticed, we're already on 6th edition highlights, so we're already past the league.
the league was boring. We've only played. We haven't even played a game yet. So
Yeah.
another real fun thing I want to try out is a biker lord with Mark and Nurgle. That guy's gonna be fun to mess around with.
Yeah, the toughness 6 with his jinx save and being super badass, giving him the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Something I'm really excited about trying out is doing
he just allows you?
absolutely nothing to change my Dark Eldar army and watching people spontaneously bring less tanks. It's gonna be awesome.
Hold on. Danny was wrong again.
Damn it.
Well,
Yeah.
really?
Yes, he was.
Let it
What a
be known
shocker.
that Danny was wrong again.
Again.
Mark the board.
If you ever play
No.
Danny, question
Watch
his
that
rules.
guy like a hawk. That being said, no. I remember there was one time Danny was right.
It was a Thursday.
No, it was a strange, awkward circumstance where I shot turbo boosting bikes with gun drones, and then he told me they didn't have to take pinning tests,
Yeah.
and he was right. And I'm pretty sure that the world ended that day,
I
and
think
we're
so.
living in the apocalypse.
Yep.
I think that was
Yeah.
the future you saw.
Or maybe
it was,
I
It was in
saw-
December.
Oh yeah, maybe that was a game from December of this year.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Cotiez because he does that.
Kotias does do that. Because the Grey Knights needed it. They need to make sure they
need
got
help.
that edge.
They need help in a lot of different, shooting. They need help in the shooting.
Overall, though, I
That's why
think
they have the pyromancy special powers.
yeah, Grey Knights got a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
Like they're still good.
A lot of people are
but they don't
regretting
have.
that they threw away their bits with the hammers in them. They're like, "Fuck my swords." So they're gonna have
Grey Knight. Now they gotta buy.
yeah. The bit's been
Can Grey Knights buy melta-bombs?
Mm-mm.
no.
Awesome.
The bit's
They-
been online services are like, dude, we just sold a whole shitload of demon hammers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. Just
Yeah.
Grey Knights with those AP3 weapons going against Terminators. You just throw that squad in there. That's another thing I did in the last game. I had a giant 10-man squad of Terminators and the Chaos Lord in Terminator armor, all with Mark of Zinch. That's just hilarious.
Oof. That's gonna
'Cause-
be hard to kill.
No, because I wanted to use the Zinch gun because it gets the melee weapon bonus, plus it has the D6 shots with his AP3 bolter.
Yeah, that's right
Nice.
now. That's the best weapon to take for demon weapons in the Chaos Codex right now.
Which one?
Is that Zinch weapon?
The
he's talking
Zinch
about.
demon weapon.
It's
What
a
does it do?
It's a 24-inch range
It's a bolter
Uh,
with AP3 that
yes.
gets D6 shots.
Strength
if you
4
roll a 1, you
AP3.
hit yourself.
assault
Yeah.
D6.
Whatever.
Plus, you get another D6 attacks in close combat at EP3.
What was the big change that makes people take that more often? I've never seen it before.
6th edition. is the
6th
big-
edition.
What changed in 6th edition?
Well, people haven't been taking it because no one ever takes demon weapons because on the internet is...
Well, not even the internet. It's most people wanted to bring Lash. So
Yeah,
your
Lash,
two
you'd have your
HQs
two
would
sorcerers
Lash.
or
So
two
most people
princes.
didn't bring Chaos Lords to begin with.
Yeah, I've always had a Chaos Lord because I have that guy with the American flag saying, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so...
Shooting
so
his bolter and his the American flag counts as an axe.
Another bad thing that the reason why people didn't bring it is because Chaos Lords were ICs, and then they would get fisted in close combat. So most
only
people are
tough
like,
4.
Oh, you can look out, sir.
well, you can't even
Now you
single them
can.
out now.
Right.
So that's another big change why people would start bringing more Chaos Lords because they're just a dude in the squad now. They're not an IC that you could
It's
fist
actually
them.
kind of funny. Now that you've changed all your swords just to
It
power
strikes
weapons.
on initiative, so you
Mhm.
can.
You're
He's
level
all right in
5.
challenges.
Yep.
Okay,
So he becomes a very, very strong model in the Chaos Army.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
not just the Demon Prince anymore, where everybody's like, you're dead.
Yeah, Demon Princess does get shot down a lot.
Yeah, especially when you hear you have Lash. Oh, I don't want to get lashed. You have a 24-inch range. Well, I have all these autocannons, and now your Demon Prince is going to take like 8 armor saves. That usually kills him.
Usually.
8 to 10 armor saves. And then your opponent proceeds to bitch and give you a 1 on sportsmanship.
Well, you brought Lash. I mean,
Yeah.
everything else doesn't matter. Oh, the rest of your army is all Slaanesh? No, man, you brought Lash. That's not fluffy.
Dude, I came in second in the last league in sportsmanship with dual lash and 9 obliterators.
I have no
And
idea
Plague
how you
Marines.
got away with that.
It's
I have
Brian.
no idea.
It's because
You
it's
can't
me.
hate. You can't hate Brian.
That's true.
I make you smile while I'm killing you. With the internet's list, which is super stupid. That was no fun to play.
I posted something on Warseer, and I was like, yeah, I'm talking about the different in the Chaos forum. I was talking about the different things you could take and how to switch around armies and how things are better and worse, etc. And I was like, I know this is Warseer, and I know this is the internet, and people are going to be like, how come your list isn't Demon Princes, Plague Marines, and a Blitz? And some guy was like, that's a 5th edition mentality you're talking about. I was like, no, dude, I'm talking about everybody on here who thinks those are the only 3 units in the Codex, and everything else is just a good read. I got flamed for that.
Possessed are awesome. They're just too expensive, I still think they're too expensive.
If they were 3 points less, that'd be better. 23.
They worked wonders in an APOC game we played.
Yeah.
Yeah, Possess are cool because they're already strength 6 or strength 5. So it's awesome. I've always liked Possess, and their models are really cool. In my opinion. What's Justin doing?
Looking up some facts.
He's checking out that FAQ.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
frequently asked questions.
Yeah, it was rather interesting though. In that last league night, we had, was it 4 Tau players or just 3?
You know,
We
it's
had
so
4.
strange.
It was
We've
4
had
Tau players and 3 Tyranid
the
players. That
oddest resurgence of Tau players here. I swear it was just 4 months ago that it was only me. And
Well,
even
one guy
then I
came
was
back.
alternating between Tau and Dark Eldar. And then suddenly, now we're at 3, 4 other Tau players?
I think we have
Yeah.
5 now.
Wow.
Because we have the pink one, we have the Nazis, we have Daniel Romer's, yours,
And then the
And then
blue
you
one.
got- Yeah.
the
Yeah.
blue.
The blue
So we
one.
have 5 Tau
Yeah,
players.
the
5
blue
Tau
player.
players.
His name's actually Justin too.
Justin.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's a newer guy,
Yeah, he's a new guy. He's pretty green coming into the rules too. So
which is good because then he went straight into 6 and now learned 6, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because he was just learning 5th edition right before 6 came out. So this whole transition will be a lot easier for him because he doesn't have anything no basis of a comparison.
Yeah.
Really.
Not like
Yeah.
us with 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Yeah,
now
new
oh,
rule sets
God.
are definitely
Just like-
easier on the newer players because now
Well-
we're confusing 4 different rules.
Yeah.
Changes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think 6th edition is a rule set where there's a lot of dirty tricks you can pull on players so you don't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that could be said with any rule set, really.
No, not as much, because the whole... Like, for instance, using your own units to give parts of opponent unit cover saves, and then singling out the other guys to specifically snipe,
Yeah.
and then how important positioning is, I just feel like it's very... If someone really knows 6th edition, they have so many stupid little tricks that 6th edition allows them to do that they can really just dominate newer players who don't know those things.
That's very true.
Yep.
All right. So
Moving
What's
along.
moving
Moving
along.
along to the next thing.
next one, APOC, 4th
Oh,
War of
God,
Armageddon.
Apocalypse.
Everybody's invited. It's a party.
No, then I
It's
was
a
talking about the
party
last
and
APOC
everyone's
game.
invited.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
tomorrow. Except for the Tyranids.
Yes, tomorrow, as in
They leave too much of
July
the
28th,
Yep.
depending on what
Maximum
time this
point
actually
levels
gets posted.
per person is.
You might be hearing this after the APOC game.
So just
You're like, I
just
wanna go see
FYI,
that. Oh,
I
man.
will try my best to get this up there. So those
Yeah.
of you who will be able to listen to this on a Friday night,
Yeah,
you will be correct.
Most people will listen to it, but like, I want to play in it. Oh, it was yesterday.
Oh,
Damn.
sorry.
last weekend. Well, we mentioned the last.
We
the last one,
mentioned
too.
it a couple times in the last couple
Yeah, we
podcasts.
have.
So yeah,
So people who listen to this, you know about it already.
There's no. Yeah, it's maximum 10,000 points per person, which is still laughable because we bring more than that anyway.
Yeah, and Max is what, 2 super heavies, right?
No, if you bring a super heavy, that's like kind of over the top. So if you bring a Reaver, you better have a Reaver for the other team too, because it's no fun if someone has just one of those. And
yeah,
like for instance, when the last APOC game I had, where it was kind of uneven sides, there were 3 Warlord Titans on the other side, and all we had were infantry, tanks. It's like, oh, those are Warlords.
yeah. Those
Volcano cannon firing, just wiping out whole
That's
squads.
not a fun game.
No,
at
it
all.
isn't. Jeremy, you're a jerk. Just putting it out there.
I remember
Name
that.
drop.
It's like
Yeah, so we have that, which is tomorrow, and then
Mhm.
the weekend after that is
The tournament.
first 6th edition Codex. Or
first 6th edition Codex tourney
rulebook.
at Game Empire.
yeah,
So didn't we just play an APOC game, Danny?
yeah, we just played one last week.
Right. Tie that
For-
up against 2 massive orc armies. Or that could just it was one
just
orc
one
army.
orc army.
Yeah, how did that game go? You guys tied it
We
up
tied it up.
at the end.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude. Iron Warriors held the line.
There were so many
Yes.
Land Raiders on the table. There was at least 10. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Russell brought 6. I bought 3.
I brought 1.
So there was a minimum of 10. I don't know how many McP brought, but
I don't think he brought any. He just had Necrons.
oh yeah, he did.
Tons of Necrons.
No, he brought Chaos Marines. So he had 4 of them also.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the different colored ones in the center. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
so
I
we
forgot
had like
about
14 Land Raiders on the table. Plus Doug brought about 6 battle wagons. So there was this whole crapload of Armor 14 things running at each other.
that. Yep, and I pulled the dirtiest trick I think I've ever seen in 6 so far. Putting a Bane Blade behind an Aegis defense line to give it a 4-up cover save.
Ooh, that. Ow, I don't. Ah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep, it just sat there the whole game with its 3 Predator buddies just shooting everything at
Boom,
the
boom, boom.
incoming orcs.
Wow.
That's terrible, and you should feel terrible for doing that.
We
Whatever.
felt great.
No, the highlight for the game was watching the drop pod assault from the Space Wolves drop down, start shooting at my giant obliterator. 15 obliterators. He just put all the shots into him. He put 2 wounds on 2 of my obliterators, or 1 wound each on one of my obliterators. Killed 1, and I proceeded to ignore his units for the rest of the game because I wanted to keep firing my D weapon off into the Stompas.
Nice.
Actually, I think there was a better highlight. The highlight reel was probably the long range ACAC and our Aegis defense line las cannon.
Yeah, when his Thunderbird came in,
The Thunderhawk comes in and gets hit with
Boom,
3
boom, boom,
shots
boom, boom.
of.
strength 8 AP3, and then one
Oh god, the
one
last
Icarus last cannon. We downed it the turn it came in.
cannon. The Storm Talon down it with a last cannon shot to the cockpit. Yep, the Chicken Little crashed right into it.
Showed that punk who the boss was.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was actually, I think McP has a picture of it too, because the Thunderhawk, is what, like 2 feet long or something? It's 2 foot long giant model, and you see the little tiny Storm Talon
6
right
inches
next to
long.
it. David and Goliath right there. It was rad.
The big one goes down.
Hmm.
Oh, then he lost all the Space Wolves that were on board inside of it.
Yep, everything pretty much exploded and died.
I think that. All
And we were doing the damage wrong when flyers would follow this guy. They don't do strength 10 when they hit the ground. They do strength 6 when they fall. Their debris only does strength 6. The guys inside take the strength 10.
oh, okay.
Whoops.
Made no difference really.
Yeah, it did. It killed all my Lehman Russ battle tanks. Jerk.
Oh, whoops.
No big deal. Don't worry
The
about it.
Vendetta fell out of the sky and blew up a Lehman Russ. Kind of funny. What else was there? So yeah, we used 6 ed rules for that. Danny was useless.
I was playing my Deathwing and Chaos at the same time.
God, they were useless.
For the most
Because it was because of that damn beacon they had. Your Terminators couldn't do anything to land 4 feet out from the main objective.
Yeah, I 20 Terminators got placed on our side because of that rule.
Mm-hmm. Mine hit home though, which is good.
But what you should have, now looking at the game, I mean, you should have just destroyed the beacon. Then 20 more
Whatever.
Terminators would have dropped there. But I mean, it doesn't make a
Dude,
difference.
you're loyalist Marines. I'm Chaos. I'm not helping you
I'm
out.
Chaos too. I'm Dark Angels, man.
Whatever.
Chaos and Dark Angels are friends. They all wear cloaks and they hold hands.
So what else was there? We had some real fun. The Stompa was throwing around Land Raiders. That was rad.
Yeah, that.
We sort of misread that rule book. Because he was only throwing it 2d6 instead of a full 24, which he could have done.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the
All right.
That's cool.
drop
Have you guys?
drop lifter, whatever.
What did you guys think of the Apocalypse FAQs?
Super fun. Taking out super heavies is not. It's not as hard as we all thought it was, because we thought it was you had to get rid of, a full thing of like 4 hull points to get 1 structure, but it's only 3, which is pretty cool. But if you punch, so it's let's say for instance, my D weapon hit is Stompa.
Yeah.
I taken all the shields down, so I had no shields. So I hit the Stompa, auto punch it, so that's 1 hull point off.
Right.
I rolled a 6, so it's a structure off. And you get to reroll on the
Oh, the
table.
6 hits structures, not hull points.
The explosions do structures.
Oh.
So I got
Wow.
a chain reaction and got another. I got like a 3 or whatever. So it takes me another hull point. So first turn he loses 2 hull points in a structure, and then another missile, just some random missile that we had fire at it, took off another hull point, which ripped out another structure off of it. So in 1 turn, I mean, the structure and hull points is pretty nice because you can't just insta kill a Baneblade or something, which is nice.
Okay, that's good to hear.
They're just as tough as they should be. We don't
All
have any
right.
cool monstrous creatures because no one plays Tyranids in our APOC unit or APOC group,
That would require someone to play Tyranids.
Yep.
and the guys who do don't use them.
Yeah. You
George.
guys.
What?
You guys. What?
I
That's how they speak to each other.
don't. Man, those Tyranids are a blemish upon my counter.
Put them in the basement.
No,
There's no basements in
I need to
California.
remind myself to get rid of them.
Yeah, put them on eBay.
Oh, I think I might try that out. Let's see what happens.
Does it cost anything to put them on eBay?
You pay fees if it sells,
Oh, then yeah,
but
put them on
it's
eBay.
free
Yeah.
to post.
What's the worst that could happen? You
That's
make money.
true.
The worst that could happen is you
Make money. You just put a reserve on it.
sell it and you have to package it and send it off to somebody. That's the worst that could happen.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. APOC game was fun.
So you lose about an hour of your life.
An hour of life for Tyranids. If you only had Harmagants, I would have bought those off you.
Dude, Homer guns are so good now. I love it.
Except when they trip through terrain, Danny.
when they go to assault.
So, are there any nuggets of apocalypse wisdom you guys want to share with the listeners?
Well, if you play APOC on a regular basis, everything still works the same.
Yeah, everything's pretty much the same.
It's still way too many models to shoot at.
Yeah, the game is really fun on paper, and when you set up, and then about turn 2, you're like, "Fuck, this game should end right now."
We had a wall of Land Raiders that never went away.
Yeah.
Danny's wall of Land Raiders hit their wall of Land Raiders and just sat there. And
Yeah,
I was just
but
firing artillery over everything because
by turn 2, you're gonna be like, "Why didn't we just play a regular game?"
What? I love APOC.
It's fun, but then it just gets really boring because then
Well, no, because
a
the
movement
reason
phase
for that.
the movement phase takes about an hour.
No, because what we didn't do is we don't have enough D weapons on both sides to make stuff just go away. I've only got one. I don't think they even have any on their side.
Yeah, D weapons are important because they really clear off the table.
Yeah.
In a hurry.
Yeah, those and we need to. If something dies, we need to pick it
Shit.
up off the table, like not leaving.
Yeah,
racks.
like we normally do for our games
Yeah.
at the store.
Yeah, because then you have to
What
well,
we should have done was brought 3 Vortex grenades.
I
That
didn't
clears
get
the
a-
table up in a heartbeat.
I didn't even get a chance to
Yes.
throw my.
Vortex grenades are awesome. I like those.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the super fun bus with my Dark Angels was pretty cool. 5 Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, a Chaplain, Azrael, Ezekiel, and Belial, all in one Terminator squad.
That's scary.
In a Land Raider Crusader.
You sure you didn't want to throw Caligar into there? Maybe Abaddon wants to show up.
No, he came.
He
in
was in the
different.
next one.
Yeah, he had his own.
He had his own ride. Okay.
Yeah,
It was him and Karn.
Abazaba. No,
Lucius.
it was Lucius, him,
Oh, God.
and 3 Terminator champions with lightning claws.
Yeah, next to that was my autocannon team with 10 guys and Karn just to make them fearless.
Yeah.
Karn just sitting there like, fire that way, guys. I'll keep you. I'll stay in here.
Like, I'll keep you away from psychic powers too.
Yeah. Karn takes psychic power. Okay.
Yep.
Nullified until the next
so,
book, apparently.
the tournament next week, 1,500.
1,500 points. Is there any restrictions on it at all?
I think everything is
It's just
legal.
normal 4-sword, normal everything that you get out of the normal rule books.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This is a 6th edition tournament at Game Empire.
Yes.
Yep.
What day is it?
Next
Saturday.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Saturday the
Not
4th.
this. Yeah.
4th. Okay.
August 4th.
Mhm.
So there's a new thing that they're doing at Game Empire. So all tournaments at Game Empire now are going to be the first Saturday of the month. So the
Mhm.
current month. So next week is going to be August is going to be starting.
Yeah.
So it's
It
gonna
used to
4th.
be the last Saturday, right?
Yeah, but I think Bob changed it to the first Saturday now. It just works better with his schedule.
Yeah. Well, it also works
Okay.
better because they have those RPGA people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the last Saturday every
Is
other
it-
month.
Is it the last Saturday? I thought it was like
It's
the third.
a Saturday.
Yeah, but it's never the first Saturday.
Mm-mm. And they come in and take over all the
Yeah.
tables.
So everything is Forge World accepted, 40K approved is good.
You mean
Forge World
Forge
accepted
World.
by the
40K approved.
Yeah.
yeah,
Boom.
but you must have the model.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to
no
have the-
proxies.
No paper plates, John.
Yeah, no paper plates. The normal Force Org allies are in. Everything else is mysterious terrain, mysterious everything.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
No, because you roll a 1, it's a pleasant forest. Or almost pleasant forest.
yeah, it just smells
Yeah.
funny.
And then that pool of water you drive into was it fire blood and your vehicle explodes?
Yeah, if you get immobilized, it just
Yeah,
burns.
if you ever, I think out of everybody here, me and Danny have played Fantasy before. I've played in the new 8th edition rules. I don't know if Danny got a couple games in.
We've played Shane rules of 40K. This
Yeah,
is nothing new.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I know,
at least
but-
Shane's rules had the courtesy to not make your own models turn around and punch you,
Yes.
Yeah,
But
one
like
one
some of the
mis-
mysterious forests.
Yeah,
The
the,
Necrons do that.
Yeah, but your opponent pays for that.
What Justin was saying is in 8th edition fantasy, they've done this already. So we've played with these kind of rules for almost 2 years.
and it's just bad.
Yeah, for tournaments, I usually get rid of it, right?
Usually in tournament settings, anybody that I've seen has run tournaments in SoCal
Yeah.
for fantasy that I've seen, that I've been a part of, or I've been spectating on things like that. They don't use the mysterious rules.
Yeah,
ever.
the forests are just
and allies too, right?
Because it didn't make sense because, some armies you'd want to put them in like forest or hills or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like wood elves
And then the
who
forest
live in
kills
the
'em.
forest, yeah.
who live in the forest that start
You
getting
get,
eaten by the
you get
forest.
strangled by the trees before you even do
It's
anything.
like, but I thought we were friends.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz trees start throwing apples at him.
You're just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, the dryads die.
Yeah. Trees getting eaten by trees.
It's pretty awesome.
Shouldn't we ignore this?
It's like we're buddies.
In a strange twist
I
of
used to be
fate,
you.
Mother Nature
Said,
began
"Fuck you."
cannibalizing itself.
Yeah, so in a tournament setting, I think I don't think they're going to be using the mysterious terrain, but I think they will be using the mysterious objectives
Well,
because the objectives are not as bad.
Some
They're
of them
still cool.
blows
Ministry
up.
objectives are generally good.
Yeah, except for the one where you run up to it and it explodes.
Even
No.
then, the explosion's weak.
Yeah,
What
it's
now?
like
It only really
D3.
hurts armies with bad troops, like
True.
old codexes.
yeah.
Yeah, or Tyranids.
Well, these
Tyranids
Tyranids
are
have enough
fine.
guys or monsters.
They can
to stand
poop
on
out
top of
more
those.
guys.
Yeah.
They never run out of guys, do they?
Uh,
Oh no, my guys died. Make more.
Well, if you have if you roll doubles and your butthole closes.
Actually, why you bring 6 of those? Don't worry about it.
It's called hemorrhoids, man. Just hurts.
Yeah. That last Termagant did something nasty to your asshole. I got it, guys. No
Yeah.
more. Okay. That's off track.
Okay, so
All right,
yeah, that's
so-
way off tangent, dude.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
enough of that.
My bad.
Moving on.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
So the tournament is 5 rounds, which I think
It's
we're
5
not-
rounds in a day.
2
I mean,
days,
that's fine.
I
It's
think.
3.
Oh, it's 3?
I mean, it's
Holy
it's-
crap! I was gonna say it's a long day.
No. I mean, I meant to say it's 3 games.
Oh, 3 games in one day. Okay.
3 games in one day. But they're going to be playing 3 of the missions, which
Okay, that's cool.
I think 2 of the missions that are not going to be played is the capture control and the relic one. I think
So
those
I'll have
two missions-
at least 1 kill point and 2.
1 kill point, and then the 2 other objective missions, which would be the D3. All 3 of them are D3 plus 2. But one of them your heavy score, the other one your fast score, and the other one is just a regular troops
So
only.
I might be bringing my Chaos's counts as regular Marines for those drop pods. Get line breaker,
Yeah.
drop them right in. Score point.
Yeah, you just have to have a unit in your opponent's deployment zone.
Too bad you can't put a searchlight on a drop pod. That'd be hilarious. For those night fighting missions, you drop him in, searchlight something, and blow it up.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to roll to. You have to shoot first. 'Cause drop
Well,
pods
you don't
can-
have to be in range. You just have to
Shoot at
shoot
it.
at it.
But you can't target something that's out of 36.
Right.
Man, I don't think
Now,
drop pods.
do you guys know how he's going to do warlord traits and all that?
Don't know.
'Cause that's
I
kind
hope
of-
they handle it the way that the league's going to be handling it,
Okay.
which is you roll a d6 and then you choose which table you roll
That
d6, you
number.
get your number, and you get to choose one of the tables. So hopefully you won't end up with a useless roll. But I don't expect the tournament to be doing that.
So just don't roll a 4.
yeah, the 4s are pretty bad.
Another thing you could go around it is you roll a d6 and then you pick the chart like you said.
Yeah.
But if you don't like that, you could always take the 1. Like
There's
like
a
how
couple different
psychic
ways.
powers.
Yeah.
you could
There's a
always take
few
the 1.
different ways you can try and make them a little less random.
We'll see what
but
he does on Saturday then. Or
Even
next
then,
Saturday.
I don't expect them to be adding in house rules quite yet for the
Yeah,
40K
I think you're just
tournaments,
gonna have to pick a chart
especially-
and roll a d6. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, especially if they're making you use mysterious terrain.
Oh, I wonder if you can do it every single game.
Of course.
Yeah, you're going to generate and use stuff every single game.
Yeah, so your warlord is going to be like, dude, I'm going to learn this thing.
It's just like your psychers are going to know different things every single game.
Yeah, pretty
Mhm.
much.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right. So moving on. Next topic before we head on to the final set of announcements. It's probably going to be a short podcast this week.
Yeah,
Nothing really new came out for 40K, just in
for
general.
The demons, the new models, and
There's some beautiful demon models.
There's
Yeah.
some-
None of us play demons.
So it doesn't
If you're a
really
demon player, go check them out. They look awesome.
yeah, check out
Yeah.
Warseer. They have them on Warseer. But for the rest of us, we're kind of just like, meh, really?
Yeah.
If you have children, don't let them see it.
Yes, there's a lot of Slaneshi.
There's a
The
lot
new
of
Slaanesh love in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Though I do think
Nipples.
that the new chariot is actually... It looks really cool, but there's
It's-
a ton of spiky bits on that thing. So,
Yeah, what's
Wear
it,
gloves when moving.
145, whatever.
yeah, wear gloves when moving that thing because you're probably going to poke yourself several times.
That's what she
Trying to
said. I don't know.
Okay, but anyways,
You're horrible at those.
yes. Okay, but
Sounded right in my head.
the next topic we're going to be talking about, kind of off, it's still in the 40K universe, but totally different game, Deathwatch.
So there's a Deathwatch game that started up at our store, and
Marines.
everybody in this group is in Deathwatch, and
For
even
sure.
I am playing as a Space Marine.
Oh my
How do
god.
you like it?
In flak
Oh
armor.
my god.
No.
The guy that hates power
Yeah,
armor
power
is
armor.
playing.
Why don't
a
you
Space Marine.
you just
Yeah,
get-
well, because when everyone's a Space Marine, no one is.
my guy still is.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Everyone's a Space
My
Marine.
guy's
Everybody's a
Space
Space Marine.
Except for the
sister of
the
Battle
Except
in
for
the
the
group?
Sister of Battle that's in our group.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is. So, just going on, the game itself, it's actually run, it's being GM'd by one of our friends over at Game Empire. His name's Joe. He's one of the professional painters that we have at the store. Really cool guy, very laid back. I think he actually teaches law at one of the colleges and things like that. So, really cool guy. His girlfriend is in the game with us, and she's actually playing a Sisters of Battle. Nothing special there, really. Having a girl
No,
play a
she-
sister battle.
I am a
No, she's
Dark
brought her horse
Angels
for,
apothecary.
Oh yeah,
Real
so
character
let's go
over.
around the table and just like
Yeah.
talk about your character. So Danny, you're playing
Yes.
a Dark Angels
I'm
apothecary.
a Dark Angels apothecary who served in the Raven Wing, who didn't get accepted to the Deathwing.
So what's the name of your character?
His name is Bethor.
Bethor.
Belthor.
And what's his personality?
What is he
He
like?
is hard-boiled, whatever the fuck it is. One word.
Angry.
Yeah, he's hard-boiled. He has a private investigator's office. The letters on his name are peeling off. He wears a hat.
Yeah.
But he never turns down a
He has
gaze
a
from
lazy
a hot
eyes,
lady-
cross-eyed.
a
He
hot
can't
woman.
hear out of the right ear.
Oh yeah.
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 And he has one testicle. So.
Wow.
Well, that's one more than most Space Marines.
that is too much information there, Danny.
I don't know. No, it's pretty cool. So he served in the Raven Wing, and now he's just an apothecary that runs around with you guys.
What was the reason why he got into the Death Watch?
Was that part of the rolling?
No.
No.
See what you make
Oh,
it
And
okay.
that's
So-
about as far as Danny's made his character's
So,
background.
yeah.
Wait,
this
hold on.
is-
That's part of
this
my. I'm supposed to make
You're
that up?
supposed to make
Yes.
that
Oh, whoops.
Good job, Danny.
Whoopsies.
All right, so moving on to Brian.
Okay, hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
This
I
is
have-
actually my first Death Watch game, so I'm kind of new to this kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
if see, I've had experience playing an RPG with Danny because we used to play Dark Heresy like a couple years back.
And then we dropped the drop pod on him.
And then we
Yeah.
decided to drop a drop pod because Danny couldn't get out of work and he said he couldn't do it anymore. So we tried to figure out how to kill his character off, and we decided that our Inquisitor just drop podded on his character.
Makes a lot of sense.
Made a lot of sense.
Good way to exit a game
Yes.
in style.
Yes.
Bloody.
Did you guys
Redness
take his
style.
boots and did his feet, curl
Unfortunately,
up like
not
Wizard of
because
Oz?
we had it planned out where Danny says like, "What's that?" and then just boom, drop pod lands on him.
Hey, what's that? Wham!
So yeah,
It
that's
was
what
a
happened
clean
today.
hit.
Yeah, it was a
That's
clean hit. Nothing happened. Nothing survived. I'm not moving a drop pod to try to grab his stuff.
Yeah, so that's about as far as my character goes. He just was in the Raven Wing, and now he's
Gonna have to
You-
work
Now
on that.
he's fighting.
Yeah, you got to work on that. Mine's
Work on that
a-
backstory. So Ryan, tell us about your
Anyway.
character.
I rolled up a Black Templar Tech Marine who's stoic, so he just doesn't care.
What's the name of your tech marine?
He's Wilhelm.
Wilhelm.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't get any cool power armor story. It's just Mark 6 elements of the errant armor. So it's just super armor with a beaky helmet.
Didn't you take that beaky helmet from the Space Wolf in our game? In our
Yeah,
group?
since he's a space wolf, doesn't wear it, but he got one.
So he gave it
I
to
just took it. Well, that's the going story. I just stole it from him. I'm like, hey, I'll fix that for you. Hey, it's really nice. Mine. But yeah, the why he joined Deathwatch was there was a mission on the planet of Hydra. There was Deathwatch. There was a Deathwatch Thunderhawk, and their squad was leaving, and the Black Templar Thunderhawk was there too. And if you've ever seen a Tech Marine model, he's always looking at that stupid Auspex scanner. So he was reading that and just walking, and then walked onto the Deathwatch Thunderhawk, and then joined.
Accidentally volunteered.
Basically, just joined, and like, oh, cool. But supposedly the other story was he had a vision, which is borderline psyker. So he's like, crap, I can never go back because
He's a Black Templar.
no one can ever find out that I might be a psyker. So he's just gonna serve in the Deathwatch forever. Done.
Done. He's gonna turn into a black.
Yeah. So I have the space Nazi. My dude's fair skinned, blue eyes, blonde hair. It's awesome, and a Black Templar.
Nice.
Nice.
No, he looks like black hair, you dumbass.
Hey.
And a dirty Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mustache is epic.
Okay, so George.
All right, so I've got my character is a Storm Warden named Angus, and I just mentally envision him without the power armor. He wears plaid and he carries around an axe and he cuts down trees.
You have a lumberjack.
Yeah, that's how I envision him outside of the.
Does
power
he have a
armor.
Gundam that's Grizzly Gundam?
Yeah, he can summon Grizzly Gundam from anywhere.
Does he like hamburgers?
No, he likes bear meat.
Excellent.
Pancakes, maple syrup.
Only the maple syrup he makes himself.
And he hates
But
wrestling.
anyway,
So he is Canadian.
yeah, sure. He's a lumberjack. So, anyway, his actual story in character. When you're rolling for traits, your armor gets traits, and so does your character. You roll for his backstory. So my character's backstory is that everyone else in his last squad died. He was the only survivor. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You can have some interesting ideas with that. And then I roll his armor traits. And everyone in his previous owner's last squad died. So his backstory is that he believes he's being followed by a curse that will kill everyone else that's around him. So he left his chapter to join the Deathwatch because he didn't want his fellow Storm Wardens to be murdered by this curse. He'd much rather that it happened to the rest of the party
Son of a
instead of
bitch.
his bros back
Yeah,
home.
so that's probably gonna get worked into the story, and we're all fucked.
Yeah.
No, I'm
proud
good.
of you, A.
Yeah, my goal, if that actually happens, where I die, is I die so badass that I get put in a dreadnought. Because that is one of the key things: is you have to be really renowned and go out like a badass, and then you can get put in the dreadnought. That is the only way to get in a dreadnought in this game.
What about your
It's pretty
character,
awesome.
Justin?
So
What kind of Raven Guard do you have?
so my character's a Raven Guard.
Every time. Yeah.
I know.
It's like
Snooze.
Not really.
Well, I'm always a Dark Angel.
Yeah, you're always Dark Angel, so yeah.
They
whatever.
can never know your secrets.
Yeah, so I'm an Assault Marine.
I don't even know it.
Raven Guard. My character's name's Lucius.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because mostly all Raven Guard are kind of like very standoffish, kind of hide in the shadows type of guy. I actually rolled the demeanor ambitious, so my guy's very outgoing and trying to be number one. And then when I rolled up his backstory, I ended up rolling the backstory where he was the main reason why an Orc rebellion was quelled because he killed the war boss. And then his superiors thought, hey, you did a pretty good job. We're going to send you to Deathwatch. Do well there.
Get out of here.
We don't
Yeah.
want you in the chapter anymore.
Showing us all up, you jerk.
Yeah,
You
so,
made us look weak. Get out of here.
Yeah, so I went. Yeah, my guy was a little too spunky for the very
For the
emo
guys.
demeanor of the Raven Guard. So they're like, we're going to send you to Deathwatch.
Now, what else do we have in our little group?
We've got a Blood Angel Psyker.
That is the guy Dan. He plays at GE. Dan Dukes. He is your typical Blood Angel Psyker. Sparkles in the sunlight and all that other
Takes
stuff.
autocannons like a boss.
Yes.
Likes white women. Drives a truck.
What?
Huh?
Right?
What?
Isn't that what the Twilight dude does?
Yeah.
No.
No, he runs fast.
Oh,
Stupid
I
ass.
don't know. I don't watch that.
He leaves
How do
a
you guys
trail
know
of
this?
sparkles because I'm making fun of him. He leaves a trail of sparkles behind him, so you can always tell where he's been.
That's why the autocannons can follow him.
Makes sense.
Shoot the sparkles is what it says.
Yeah.
It helps the radar lock onto him.
Yeah.
Sparkles.
Yeah, so that's our little. I'm just waiting so that he gets, what do you call it?
Apparels, so you can shoot him
Apparel,
in
so
the face.
I can, because I'm Black Templar. I'm like, I want to do. It's for your own good.
He's just looking for the
Bam.
excuse to execute this guy.
Yeah. So on the other side too, since we do have a Blood Angels vampire sparkly
Girly
guy,
man.
girly guy in there, we also have a Space Wolf werewolf
Yeah, we have the Space Wolf Long Fang,
long fang
who's
guy.
black.
Who's,
Yeah, the black long thing.
I don't know how that happened.
I think
rolled
there
up
was
the-
rolling involved.
He was
Rolling.
like, I don't like Pedro anymore. So I'm going to
So
take off my armor and go to the Space Wolves. Right.
Pedro Cantor.
So-
Yep.
Pedro Cantor is the Mexican.
He's Mexican.
Oh, he's
bro.
Mexican.
That
oh,
is
who's,
Zara.
oh, Vulcan is the...
Vulcan.
No,
Vulcan's the
those
black
guys
dude.
are charcoal. He's black. He's old salamanders. The original chap, like the original guys.
Charcoal.
Yeah. So yeah, our friend John's actually playing that guy. He's playing the Space Wolf guy.
He's our Devastator.
A devastator
Devastator.
with a heavy flamer.
Heavy
Nighttime.
flamer. Yeah. He came into the realization that if we ever get into a firefight, his longest range I think is like 30
30
meters.
meters.
30, yep.
Because all he has is a bolt pistol and a heavy flamer. Everybody has at least something to
Well, how far is the
Clo-
plasma pistol?
30.
30. Most
Oh.
pistols are 30.
You got
Like
Multis
I have,
are 100.
I have a max 30 range too, but I'm a close combat guy. But
Yeah,
then,
you've got a max 30 range, but you can move 100 meters a turn, Mr. Activate My Jetpack.
Yeah,
Yes.
Boba Fett.
so I can close range pretty quick.
Uh oh. You call him. He's gonna fall into a Sarlacc pit
I'm a badass.
after fighting 80 Jedi.
I'm a badass.
Yeah. So
Now
the
who's-
Space Wolf dude has...
Killed like
so-
60 of them.
But then like 40 flanked you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last person we got is what, the sister?
There's a Sister of Battle,
We already
and then
covered-
there's someone
yeah.
else
Yeah,
who
whatever.
didn't show up to the first game.
Yeah, we have a white scar. That's her
It was
buddy.
Mary. Mary is the sister of battle.
Oh, there's
It's her
somebody else
friend.
that hasn't...
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
white
he
scar.
didn't show up on thing. He's playing a White Scars.
He wants a bike.
Yeah, I think he's a TAC Marine White Scar,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got 2 TAC Marines.
which is good.
Both of us are close combat guys, apparently. There are going to be no tactics in this party. It's just going to be, what's a tactic? Well,
Charge it.
we're going to run
smash
at
it.
them and
Yeah,
cut
because
their
we
heads off.
have this Space Wolf dude who knocks down a door and we need hostages and he just burns everybody.
Hey, I knocked the door down.
Yeah,
All right.
And then we realize that, since I'm a Dark Angel, I should be good at interrogating, which I didn't get the skill.
Well,
and then you
yes.
put me in a room
Okay,
with 2 guys.
okay.
Hold
So-
on.
story.
we gotta tell this
set
story
this
because
up
this is
right.
like
We got to set
this is
up right.
so dumb how this happened.
It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. So essentially, what happened was we stormed this helipad type of thing where there were some guys on it. We looked around. We were able to capture 3 guys, and so our Sister of Battle and our Dark Angel, who happens to be Danny, are supposed to be the interrogators because since Danny's a Dark Angel, he has experience with interrogations.
We assume.
We
I've
assume
actually got the skill, but he doesn't.
I bought it now. I'm plus
Yeah.
10 now.
No. This is before you
This
bought
is
the skill.
before
This is
that.
before you decided to buy the skill. So we assumed that he had the skill correctly, and then we also have the Sisters of Battle,
Who actually?
who actually has the skill because she's like a interrogator working up to try to be an inquisitor type of person. So we let them try to interrogate to figure out where we're supposed to be going. Lo and behold, Danny tries to interrogate the first guy, fails,
I break
Well-
his neck.
and then Sister Battle tries to help out too and fails. So we kill the first guy off. And then the 2 guys that are supposed to be interrogated next are actually in the same room. So they see this all going on. Second guy comes around.
But what's funny about it is when we go to see who interrogates, I actually went in there first. The guy with no skill just walks in there.
Walks in and
Starts
begins
choking him.
interrogating.
Like, because he also asked me, so how would you like to interrogate him? I was like,
Where are the
aggressively. I would like to aggressively interrogate him.
Where are the fallen? What?
What do you know?
All right. And then the second guy comes along. And Danny, you want to continue the story?
Yeah, the second guy comes and then I start strangling him. And then Mary's character.
I think we can see a pattern in your, in your interrogation strategy.
I start punching him and then she goes to help me and she ends up breaking his neck.
Yes.
So
So,
we're just
this
like,
is double
whoops.
fail again.
Double fill again.
So
Again.
the first one I just end up killing the guy. And the second one we tag team the second dude.
The
And he
third
dies.
guy.
The third guy we don't
I
aggressively
hold
do
him
anything.
back.
We're just like, hey.
No, the third time I actually leaned over to Mary's character and was like, just break his leg. That's it.
So we got information out of the third guy after he saw what we did to the first two.
Yeah, broken limb, he's good.
Yeah, reminded me of a scene of Firefly. If you ever watched that show, Train Job, watch it. Very similar to what happens at the end of that episode.
What reminds me is Pulp Fiction when Samuel Jackson's character goes to talk to some dude in the apartment and he shoots the other guy in the couch. He's like, "What, did I break your concentration?" That's what I remember. That's what I think when I think about that interrogation.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's what I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they told us to do what? Go to some little base?
Yeah, called us some little base to try to get more information there, try to figure out where their supposed leader was.
I failed as a tech marine at this point.
Yep. He tried to open the door with his tech skill. And
Failed. Even with Mary's help, with her tech skill.
Still failed. And then what did you decide to do?
Oh, no, the image in my head was my guy is punching in like some kind of security code on the panel, and he gets an error message, and he's a tech marine, so he just gets pissed off, takes the server on and breaks the door down.
Yeah.
Problem was,
me and John had the smart idea to stand like an inch away from
like
the door.
like for a breaching just to go in, and there was an explosive on the back of the door.
Yep. I was safely far away from that.
I was doing my own thing because I thought this was taking too long, as my character is very ambitious, so he was kind of like, "God, guys, you guys are too slow."
You got a little bored.
I got a little bored, so did an awareness check. I saw an open window, flew into the window, very sneaky like a Raven Guard does, and
Heard the explosion.
Heard the explosion, caused a distraction, so I was just kind of like, I can use this to my advantage, and proceeded to try to be a hero and try to capture more.
Almost got killed in the process.
Yeah, you struggled with some guardsmen.
I didn't die, dude.
You struggled.
I could not hit him for the life of me for some reason.
He was shooting you.
Yes, he was shooting me with some sort of like mining laser.
Yeah, you kicked the door down.
Every time that he hit me, it only did like 2 points of damage. So I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. And it was just making my guy more angry and angry at the same time. But because I was getting so angry, I kept missing to the point where I'm just like, okay, screw this.
Yeah, you're trying to pistol whip him and missed.
I tried to
so you
shoot
pull
him.
your chainsword out.
No, it's like I pistol whipped him first, missed. I tried to shoot him with the bolt pistol afterwards, and I missed. So at that point, I was just like, okay, screw this. And I took out my chainsword, hit him with it, and I was able to cause enough damage to not kill him off, but make him pass out.
Yep. And then I ran up the stairs to go and fix him. So we
No
can
way, dude. You ran up the stairs after I got to the second door and decided to knock that one down. And the guardsman behind that door shot a laser at me.
I started to play medic and then stabilize him so he didn't bleed to death.
Whatever, he was fine.
He had a hole in his chest.
He was good.
He was good. You stabilized him. He was fine. And then we interrogated him again to find out where he was.
We made Saget. That's what happened.
Yeah. He's going to come back and then go.
So he brought us to some
yeah,
bridge.
where we ended was the bridge with
Yeah.
las cannons everywhere looking at us.
Yeah, firing lasers on the bridge. And
I think we're supposed to walk face first into it and die.
That's dumb.
But that's stupid, so we're going to figure out a better plan.
yes.
Yeah.
With jetpacks and swimming.
And maybe I might use my melta bomb here. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see.
find out.
Hey, what happened on the first landing pad? Didn't we almost lose the librarian to autocannons?
Yes. Our friend Dan, because he played a Blood Angel and sparkles a lot, the autocannons decided to train all targets on him.
Yep, shooting a giant flamethrower out of his fingertips with that psychic power draws a lot of attention from 2 Hydra cannons.
Yes.
Yeah, and he almost lost his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That would have been hilarious.
I think because I was being kind of cocky at that point, Joe decided to turn out the autocannons on me. But I'm a tech marine, so I improved the cover that I was in and didn't do anything to me. I think Dan was still a little bit jealous right there.
Yeah.
So you take 30 points of damage.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Awesome.
Cover absorbs some, my armor absorbs some, and then my toughness absorbs the rest.
Yep.
Blam.
Yeah, that tech marine's dumb. He does his job, though.
Yeah. I think me and you have the highest toughness. We both have, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
I've got 5'10", too.
Oh, snap.
I've got super low wounds, though.
Yeah, I've got almost
Well, I
20-something.
think I have 24.
I have the
Check
lowest
power.
wounds out of everybody in the squad. I don't know if... I think even Mary has more wounds than I do. Because I have 19, and that's because I rolled a 1. And I got no bonuses for wounds.
I'm thinking about switching my character from close combat because everyone in the squad is close combat to just start using my bolter a little more.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a plasma pistol. I'm just doing that because it fits. Dark Angels fluff.
Because you want one.
love
If I
that.
could have, man, I would have played a Raven, a Blood Raven, and stolen that pistol from you as soon as you got it.
That's a nice looking pistol.
We call these sneaky fingers.
That's a nice looking pistol. And can I see it? I'm gonna I'll try to fix it for you.
You're like, no.
That's pretty awesome.
It's okay.
It's mine.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'll take care of it.
It's like, he's a Blood Raven. Bolt everything down.
Good trade. Like, oh, I didn't trade. I did.
Here's a sticky note. I owe you.
I owe you 1 plasma pistol.
It's good, bro.
I'm good for it.
Yeah. Here's an iGuard plasma pistol. You'd have to stick your pinky finger in it to fire it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's how Deathwatch is going.
Which is pretty fun because I've never really done anything like this before.
Yeah.
Has ever played Dawn of War, the second one, Dawn of War 2?
No, I'm talking about like a real life RPG.
Yeah.
We're not LARPing, dude. We are not LARPing.
This is like LARPing, man. However you say.
Just because you wear your hoodie on during the games doesn't make it LARPing.
We're
No.
LARPing, dude.
No, we're not LARPing.
This is as close to LARPing as you can get
Without
without actually LARPing.
So it's not LARPing.
So it's not LARPing at all.
It's like LARPing light. That's what it is.
It's like light beer.
Like
It's like
beer.
you don't
Nobody
want to get
drinks light
drunk,
beer.
but you're gonna drink wine coolers instead. That's what we're doing. We're drinking wine coolers.
I don't know about that, Danny.
I'm playing Deathwatch.
I think Danny
I'm
just
doing
really
it.
wants to LARP, and he just doesn't want to tell anybody. And he's like, "Come on, guys,
Dude,
we're
you
LARPing."
should,
I
It's like,
you should
actually-
"No,
come
we're-"
in your full robe and tabard.
I
man.
actually think it's
Yeah.
cool. It would be cool to run around and smack people with swords.
So you do you want to LARP?
I would want a sword fight. I don't know about LARPing.
So you want to LARP?
So
No, I just want to hit people.
No, dude, join the kendo team or something.
Yeah, you can do that. You can hit people with
Yeah, I did that
freaking
for a
kendo
while.
sticks.
That I wasn't really good at that.
It takes 10 years
but
to
you
get good
but
at it.
See, so you tried it. You weren't good at it. So instead, you want to
No,
go
no, well,
and
there's-
hit nerds with
So,
with
Well,
swords.
there was a lot of rules for kendo that you had to learn when I wasn't. I
Yeah,
was
but
like-
that's not the point. My point is that since you sucked at kendo, you want to go after somebody that's a lot weaker and hit them with swords.
Well, I
That's
like,
just called target selection.
yeah.
No.
target priority.
We in the Tau, yeah, it's target priority.
No,
That's what we
because
Tau-
I think
Tau
when I
players
think
call
when I
it.
think of LARPing and I think of kendo, because kendo you don't carry a shield, which I think that's just cool. You have a shield you can block. It's like what's that movie? Can't think of it right now.
Which
Role
one?
models. There you go.
Oh yeah.
The dude had a shield.
Okay.
And you could block with your shield. And kendo you can't. You just kind of take it.
Go find out where you can do that. Join the jousting guys.
Yeah.
Jousting's cool.
Go talk to
Your shoulder is your shield.
talk to Jersh from what's it called? Monday Night Guy. He plays like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. Hangs out with Zadi.
Are you? Oh, Josh.
Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. Fencing, no, because I can't ride a jousting. I can't ride a horse. I don't
Yeah.
know how to ride a horse.
Okay, go to fencing then.
Yeah. No, because
You're a little short for that though.
Man,
I'm a little
I
short
totally
for a
forgot
lot of
it.
things.
It was just like it was Josh and
I think Ross does it a lot
Ross.
too.
Yeah, he does a lot of. It's not the LARPing per se because they don't do any like type of LARPing. It's just like straight on, just skip the LARPing part and just go straight to battle. So you got to wear like armor. And
Screw
you
LARPing.
Screw
Yeah,
LARPing.
forget
We're just gonna
LARPing.
fight.
Okay, orcs.
It's essentially that's how it goes. It's just they
That's
dress up
orc
in
LARPing.
armor.
That's what I want to do. I want to put on armor and start swinging swords at people with shields.
Okay,
That is cool.
Dude, you should go and do that in like a paintball tournament.
Yeah. just dip a sword in like paint and just start running at people.
They're like, dude, I got you. No, you didn't.
A little SWAT
It's like
shield.
cover fire. I'm going in.
Yeah, you just have a SWAT shield so they can't ever hit you, and you're good.
That's pretty cool.
Or like a baton.
Baton
Riot
with
police.
paint.
Yeah.
You're pretty awesome, actually.
That's what I
that
think
would
is.
that would actually be kind of cool. Just to see
I
that
don't
actually
want
pulled
to
off.
pretend that I'm a fairy or anything like that in LARPing. I just want to swing swords at people.
But
You do get to
are a
choose your
fairy.
character, Danny. You're not designated fairy.
Well, you're going to be a hobbit. Your choices are hobbit or dwarf.
I'd be the dwarf. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's what I think is cool about that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I want you in full Dark Angel dress on Monday.
Yep, if you're not wearing a robe, I will be disappointed.
We're gonna start
I
calling
will
you.
circle-
We'll start calling you Proxy Danny.
Dude, no, even better. I'll throw him off the bridge with my servo arm. Done. Character gone.
Fuck your dress. You lifted up what? You're not a female?
What?
What? The only guy that wears tabards, dude, is the Dark Angel.
No, the Tabards is the Black Templar. He wears the full-on robe with his
Dude,
armor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the Catholic. Right? Because they wear robes.
No.
Catholics don't
You'd
wear
be
robes.
Roman.
The Pope wears them.
You're
No.
the Arab. You wear robes.
I am what's his face off of 13th Warrior?
Okay.
Antonio
idea.
Banderas.
Yeah, Antonio. There you go. He wore a robe. He also wore a little. Anyway,
You can also be the guy who just came out of the shower wearing your little bathrobe, Dark Angel. What's your secret you're trying to hide there?
No, I don't know. They don't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense because you're Dark Angel.
Yeah,
That's a secret. They don't want to. They don't want to.
We
check
don't
I'm not
trust
wearing
you.
armor.
We don't trust you yet.
That's what it is. That robe covers up their chaos armor. Or the Tau armor.
Dark Angel armor used to be black.
Yes,
Used
we
to
know
be
that.
Green.
No, they used to be
Still
black.
is green. And brown. And black.
At the very beginning, they were black.
Whatever. Just it's one of those chapters with 3 different colors in it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right.
Silly Dark Angels.
Okay, so
That was
What-
Deathwatch.
that was Death
That's
Watch.
the-
We'll probably have some more updates with Death Watch later, as
Well, yeah, each
when we
week.
get further into the game, and we'll give you more updates. Happens on a Monday, so if you ever swing by Game Empire on a Monday night, come say hi, say hello,
Hello.
hello.
Would be in the corner with the big table.
Big table surrounded by all the guys that are playing Hero
Just look for the guy sitting in the dark corner with his hood on. That's the Dark Angel.
yeah. And then all the normal
Mumbling
people,
about secrets.
all the normal people around him will be the guys playing and rolling dice.
No, I think. Oh no, the racing people are Thursday.
Hero Clicks is on.
Hero
Yeah,
Clicks is on
Hero
Monday.
Clicks is on Monday.
Hero
Monday.
Clicks is on Monday.
Thursday's a race.
Yeah, Thursday's
My
Formula
character
League.
died
Yeah.
Yeah.
again last
So
week.
HeroClix got big since all the Marvel movies came out.
No, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
well, from the last time I saw it, it wasn't that big.
No, they have fluctuations if they're not doing good in that particular portion of their league.
Oh,
They
they
just
have
stopped coming.
leagues now.
They've always had leagues.
I thought it was just like
Mm-mm.
open gaming kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, well, the normal schedule for Game Empire is like Monday nights usually Hero Clicks, and then
Tuesday's board gaming.
Tuesday's board gaming. Wednesday night is 40K League. Thursday nights is D&D Encounters along with the Formula D League. Friday nights is obviously Friday Night Magic. Saturdays it's usually open gaming, or depending on the Saturday it's RPGA day
Or tournaments.
It's just whatever the event's going
or
on. that
tournaments,
weekend.
or most events are going to happen on a Saturday.
And Sunday
I think
is
it's
fantasy.
like Sunday is like
Fantasy and Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon in the morning, fantasy,
Pokemon.
and then War Machine, depending on like who decides to come
Mhm.
by.
Isn't that Friday too?
Yeah, we need to start.
Friday mornings.
We need to start a War Machine League.
Friday mornings.
Can't do it because, well, it depends. Because usually for this podcast, we're usually recording this guy about Friday morning, Friday afternoons. So
Yeah, we need to come up with the War Machine League, kind of like how we have a 40K league. We'd
Talk
have
to Ross.
We'd have a lot. No, Ross doesn't even want to do it anymore.
yeah, Ross is kind of done with the guys from Privateer Press. So.
Yeah, but if we had a War Machine League like we have a 40K in Fantasy League, we'd have a lot more players, and like the selection at the store would be bigger. He would
Yeah.
actually stock stuff if people bought that.
Yeah, problem is that War Machine
Once you
and
have your
Game
army, you're
Empire
done.
is not as big. That kind of moved over to Ron's store
Yeah,
over at
that-
Eddie's.
I'm just saying that's just because we don't have a league. Like when Ross was running it, the selection was bigger.
Yeah, but I mean, from a business standpoint, I mean, as in charge of a store, you kind of have to. I mean, obviously, you have to go with the flow and stuff like that too. But it's just trying to figure out how to anticipate those spurts of people just being into a game and then
Yeah.
supplying, and then after you supply, what happens if you overstock and then all
Yeah.
that stuff is just
Well,
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
On
because
there.
he would stock it if more people played. Like he stocked like all the Infinity stuff and all the
Well-
other the ship game. I don't know, forgot what it was called.
Dystopian Wars.
Just Dystopian Wars and
yeah,
stuff
he
like that.
stocked all that stuff when people actually started to play it.
yeah.
if
But
we-
then
if
like
we had
people
a-
stopped buying because once
Yeah.
everybody had their armies complete, there was no point to stock it anymore.
Yeah,
if
it's
we-
not
if
like
we had
40K with the APOC games, things
But
like that.
if we had an
Yeah.
ongoing league like we have 40K, more people would play. And
Problem
he would
is-
stock.
Yeah, but problem with doing the on game or doing leagues like that is you have to have people, and if you only have 4 or 5 people, I mean, it's not even really a league at that point. It's kind of
Yeah.
just like you just playing with your
But
friends.
at the same time, people don't really know about the game because people don't play it. If more people knew about the game, more people would play it. Like John. John didn't know about War Machine, and we started playing. He was like, "This game looks really cool. I want to have an army."
Yeah.
If we exposed,
Well, he still doesn't
See,
have
but the
one.
majority of the players, like the players that play War Machine on a daily basis, they all play it at ease.
yeah,
And they're the type of players that are into a lot of different games. So they're into a lot of the very indie games. So like Infinity, War
But
Machine.
that also goes back.
I
to,
think they're playing like BattleTech right now
It
too.
also goes back to a store who actually carries your stuff and actually has stuff for that game system.
See, but then you're running into the chicken and the egg problem. So do you supply
So
stuff and
let's
not
start
have?
the chicken for people to come and get the eggs. Let's do that. So let's start a War Machine League, and we'll have more players. Like me and you started playing. You talked to me about it. I'm jumping in, and we played in front of John. John's jumping in. This guy right here is gonna jump in soon. Hopefully.
No, 6th edition, man. Got to buy more 40K stuff.
And
Yeah.
then after a while, we'll have other people jump in.
See, but the thing is you got to have it rolling. And like for me, I don't even have enough time to get right now to play even 40K, let alone War Machine.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, kind of just let it go with the flow. I'm purposely trying not to do much with it right now. I mean, I do want to play it, but I just don't have time. And trying to support something like that on top of like, that's why I usually try to stick to one game system. I kind of have War Machine there as like a little side project, but mostly 40K is my main thing.
I'll talk to Cliff. I wouldn't mind trying to run a War Machine League.
I don't have the money to start playing another game, so
Yeah.
you guys are on your own.
You can proxy with your Tyranids.
Yeah, you could be Quicks.
You could be Trollbloods.
Oh yeah, that too.
Nah.
But whatever. A War Machine League would be fun.
Legion of Everblade.
It would be, but like I said, I mean, it's going to take a lot of time and effort. And as a business standpoint, I mean, Cliff isn't going to invest that much money because, I mean, you know it's going to cost a lot of money to invest on it. And then if you do and people don't buy, I mean, that's
Then it
just
just sits there.
it just
Well,
sits there.
After this rousing conversation of gaming economics, I think it's about time for us to
Yeah, let's take a
close
break.
this one up.
Okay, so just three
break?
quick announcements.
Or we're done.
Yeah, we're probably going to
So,
close it up.
Upcoming stuff going on in the area.
So announcements for this week is Game Empires Tournament 40K is going to be on August 4th on a Saturday. I think the start time is usually sign-up start at 10 and the first game's at 11, so be there a little bit early. Paradise is also holding a 40K tournament, which is actually going to be tomorrow too. So I think depending on what time you hear about this, it'll probably be post that tournament. So just
If everything goes well, this will be on iTunes tonight, so
yeah.
we won't automatically disqualify you guys up there from this news.
yeah.
On
So
iTunes.
if you end up hearing it tomorrow, stop by anyways. Kind of just see what's going on. It's always nice to spectate and watch games too. And then at Addie's Games up in Poway, their next tournament is going to be a fantasy tournament. Actually, it's going to be August 11th. So just check it on their Facebook. I think they do have a website now. So check out Addie's, Paradise, and Game Empire. 3 good stores, really nice guys and owners and things like that. So yeah, be sure to check them out. And with that, any closing statements or concerns? Blah 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 from any of you guys.
I'm not gonna do LARPing.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will, Danny. You will. You can get coerced into anything. That's the funny
that's
thing.
half true.
No, it's
Half
totally
true, my ass.
It's totally true. I could be like, dude, Danny, you got to do this. He's like, okay. It's the truth.
Just smoke this, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's mostly true. But
When it comes to
but
gaming
games-
and like geeky things, Danny would. You could pretty much convince him to do
he
pretty
puts
much
up a
anything.
good front, but you just give him a little push. And
Yeah.
I agree with that statement. I'm pretty much easily convinced with anything that has to do with tabletop card games, board games. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Dang, let's play Star Trek.
Okay,
See.
I love that game.
All right,
I'm hooked on that
anyway.
game
So-
right now.
Told you about coercion. Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
I'm George.
I'm Brian.
And Danny,
I'm Justin, and this is the podcast.
thank you for listening.
Bye.